If you are confused between Xiaomi FX Pro and Lumio Vision 7, you are not alone. On paper, both look impressive. But when you place them side by side, the differences become very clear. I tested both TVs in same room with the same content under the same conditions. And in this video, I'll show you which one actually delivers better picture, better sound and better overall value. Hi friends, I am Pooja and welcome to ClearBuy. I spend all my time buying and testing home appliances, TVs, soundbars, washing machines, ACs and more to see how they perform in real life, not just on paper. So you can buy confidently without wasting your money. Everything I share here is from real testing and real experience. Both these TVs come in multiple sizes. So whichever size you are looking at, this comparison will help you pick the right one. Okay, so here is the thing most people miss. These two TVs use completely different panel types. And honestly, that one difference changes everything about how they look. The Xiaomi FX Pro uses a VA panel with QLED. The Lumio Vision 7 uses an IPS panel with QLED. Both have quantum dot technology, both are 4K, both are 60Hz. But VA versus IPS. That's like comparing two completely different personalities. Let me explain what that means in real life. The Xiaomi's VA panel gives you deep, rich blacks. When I tested in a dark room with all lights off, genuinely impressive. Dark movie scenes, those black bars during widescreen content, really dark. For this price, very satisfying. The Lumio, during the daytime, blacks actually look pretty good. With ambient light in the room, you won't complain at all. But at night with all lights off, that's when the IPS panel shows its real nature. You'll notice the backlit bleeding through, that greyish glow behind dark scenes. It's not something you can ignore once you see it. This is just how IPS panels behave. And the Lumio is no exception. But here is where the Lumio fights back. Viewing angles. If you are sitting straight in front, both TVs look great. But move to the side, like when your whole family is watching together from different spots and the Xiaomi's colors start washing out. That's the VA panel trade-off. About 20 to 30% color shift at extreme angles. The Lumio, barely any color shift. Even from sharp angles, the picture stays consistent. So if you have 4 or 5 people watching from different corners of the room, the Lumio handles that beautifully. So right here, you need to decide. Deep blacks for personal viewing or wide angles for family viewing. That's the core choice. Now let me tell you something that actually surprised me during testing. Brightness. The Lumio claims 400 nits peak. In my testing with a lux meter, I got around 380 nits. The Xiaomi, I measured around 238 nits. That's a significant gap. In everyday viewing, like YouTube, news, regular TV shows, both are fine. But in a bright living room during the afternoon with curtains open, the Lumio handles it noticeably better. It just stays more visible and punchy. Now, HDR support. Here is an important difference. The Lumio supports Dolby Vision, HDR10 and HLG. The Xiaomi supports HDR10 and HDR10+, but no Dolby Vision. So on paper, the Lumio wins with Dolby Vision, right? Well, not exactly. Here is what I found during testing. When I played Dolby Vision content on the Lumio, bright scenes looked good. But dark scenes, brightness dropped significantly. Night scenes, low light content, it became too dim. And the frustrating part, you can't manually adjust brightness in Dolby Vision mode. There is a Vision Bright mode that helps a little, but it's not enough. The Xiaomi doesn't support Dolby Vision at all. But when I played the same Dolby Vision content, it automatically switched to HDR10 or HDR10+. And honestly, the viewing experience was more consistent. No sudden brightness drops, no crushed details. So the Lumio has Dolby Vision on paper, but the implementation needs improvement. The Xiaomi doesn't have it, but handles HDR content more reliably. Colors. Both are good. The Xiaomi covers about 94% DCI-P3 with 1.07 billion colors. The Lumio's 43-inch covers about 93% DCI-P3 with excellent color accuracy, delta E of around 1.08, which is actually impressive for this price. In daily use, both look vibrant and punchy. The Xiaomi leans slightly more saturated. The Lumio is slightly more balanced and natural. Now, this is where the Lumio pulls ahead in a way you'll feel every single day. Speed. The Lumio Vision 7 is genuinely fast, like shockingly fast for a budget TV. It runs on a Realtek quad-core processor. They call it the boss processor with 3 GB of DDR4 RAM. Most TVs in this price range, including the Xiaomi, have 2 GB RAM. That extra 1 GB, you feel it immediately. Apps open almost instantly. Switching between Netflix, YouTube and Prime Video is smooth. The Xiaomi, it's not slow. It runs fine for everyday use. But it's noticeably slower than the Lumio. App loading takes a bit longer. Switching between apps isn't as snappy. Now, the operating system. The Lumio runs Google TV Android 14. It has Google Assistant built in. Google Cast for screen mirroring. The Xiaomi runs Fire OS, which is based on Android. Most apps work perfectly fine. And if something isn't available on the Fire TV App Store, you can sideload APKs. That flexibility is actually a huge plus. Alexa is built in and works really well. And you get 32 GB of storage, which is double the Lumio's 16 GB. So you can load up way more apps without running out of space. One thing missing on the Lumio: no Apple AirPlay. If you are an iPhone or iPad user, screencasting won't work directly. The Xiaomi does support AirPlay too. So Apple users, keep that in mind. Audio. Both TVs sound surprisingly decent, but they are different. The Xiaomi has 30-watt speakers with Dolby Audio, DTS-X and DTS Virtual X. It's loud, clear and fills a room. Vocals are crisp, treble is sharp. Bass is weak. You won't feel any real thump, but overall, it's solid. The Lumio has a 24-watt quad driver setup, 2 tweeters and 2 full-range speakers. It supports Dolby Audio and Dolby Atmos. Now, 24-watt versus 30-watt. On paper, the Xiaomi is louder. And in testing, yeah, the Xiaomi does get louder. But the Lumio's sound quality is cleaner. The separation between vocals and background music is better. Dialogues sound more natural. So if volume matters most, go for Xiaomi. If clarity and balance matter, go for Lumio. But honestly, for the best movie experience, you'll want a soundbar with either TV. Ports. And this is where Lumio genuinely impressed me. The Lumio gives you 3 HDMI 2.1 ports with 48 Gbps bandwidth, one with EARC, one USB 3.0 and 2 USB 2.0 ports, plus an optical audio output, 3.5mm headphone jack, Ethernet and AV input. The Xiaomi, 3 HDMI ports, 2 USB ports, but all USB 2.0. No USB 3.0 anywhere. In 2025, that's disappointing. Wi-Fi 5 dual band on both. Bluetooth 5.0 on both. Screencasting from Android works well on both. Now, remotes. The Lumio comes with what they call a mini-on remote. It's compact, comfortable and has a dedicated TLDR button, which shows you the live cricket scores, match schedules, music playlist. If you are a cricket fan, you'll actually use that a lot. Google Assistant is built into the remote. The Xiaomi remote is bigger, Bluetooth enabled with Alexa built in. It has media control keys which are handy, but no YouTube button, no direct settings button. You have to long press home for settings. That bugged me a little. Build quality. Both feel surprisingly good. The Xiaomi has a metal bezel-less design with a metal back. Looks premium. The Lumio also has a solid metal frame and back panel. Slim bezels on 3 sides. Neither feels cheap. Warranty. This matters a lot. The Xiaomi FX Pro, 1 year comprehensive warranty. That's it. The Lumio Vision 7, 2 years comprehensive warranty. Double the coverage. Now, here is the honest part. Xiaomi is an established brand in India. You know their service centers. You know the process. If something goes wrong in year 2, you are on your own. But at least you know the brand will still be around. Lumio, it's a brand new company. They claim 300 plus service centers across 19,000 plus pin codes. Impressive on paper, but they launched in 2025. We don't have years of after sales data to go on. The warranty is longer, yes, but the brand track record is still being written. That's something you need to weigh honestly. Both TVs are at very similar prices, sometimes just 1 to 2,000 rupees apart depending on when you buy. So here is my straight take. Watch mostly at night, in a dimmer room, alone or with one other person, Xiaomi FX Pro. Those VA panel blacks are hard to beat at this price. The sound is louder at 30 watts and 32 GB storage means you won't run out of space anytime soon. For personal movie watching, this one just feels right. Watch mostly during the day, in a bright living room, with family sitting at different spots, go for Lumio Vision 7. Wide viewing angles, brighter screen, blazing fast interface with 3 GB RAM, Dolby Vision, HDMI 2.1, USB 3.0 and 2 years warranty. For family use, the Lumio makes more sense. Your watching style decides the winner. Simple as that. So this is my honest, practical comparison from real testing. If this video helped you even a little, a like and your one subscribe really keeps me motivated to test and share more honest reviews every day. If you are planning to buy one, I have shared the product links in the description. It supports the channel and costs you nothing extra. And if you have any doubts or questions, drop a comment. I read every single one. Thank you for being here. I am Pooja from ClearBuy and I'll see you in the next one.